What do we deserve?
What are we still not getting?
Why are we not getting what we deserve? Welcome to Thought Castles.
Hey everybody.
It is Friday. What's happening?
We made it.
You ever notice how every time we talk about what Black Americans deserve, somebody gets nervous? Like we're about to ask for a dragon, a yacht, and a lifetime supply of Beyonce tickets?
No, wait.
No. What we're talking about is basic humanity. The stuff that should have been standard issue at birth. Let's get into it.
Let's do it. Black Americans deserve safety. Not sometimes safe. Not safe if you say yes, sir, or no, ma'am. Not safe if you dress a certain way. I'm talking about the kind of safety where you can exist without being treated like a walking threat assessment. The kind of safety other folks don't even think about because it's just normal.
So this is what we're talking about today. This is a continuation from our DEI segment from last week. We got great responses from everybody. Thank you for your support. We welcome your feedback. But today we're getting into it.
Let's do it.
What do we deserve? I will say, number one, we deserve the opportunity. We deserve opportunity.
Yes.
Not will call you if the diversity budget opens up. Not that kind. Real, authentic opportunities. Jobs where we're not the only Black person in the building unless you're on a Tyler Perry set. Promotions that don't require us to solve racism first. Schools with the same resources as the ones 10 minutes away in a different zip code.
We also deserve economic equity. Not a stimulus check, not a pizza party. Equity. Access to loans without being side-eyed. The ability to build wealth instead of constantly rebuilding from what was taken, blocked, or denied. We deserve cultural respect.
Exactly.
Not appropriation.
Not
teach me how to say finna. Respect. The kind where our creativity isn't copied, repackaged, and sold back to us for
$49.99. Culture vouchers.
And most of all,
appropriation.
trying to tell you, we deserve peace.
Peace like a river. The right to rest. The right to not always be the strong one. The right to not carry the emotional labor of explaining racism like it's a group project we didn't sign up for.
But let's be real about it. The second half of this conversation, what are we not actually getting?
Yeah, let's get into that. What exactly are we not getting?
So I think that we're not getting consistent safety.
That's correct.
I think that we're still over-policed,
to say the least.
underprotected, and over-explained.
Absolutely.
But that's just me.
Okay. Well, I think we're not getting equal access to opportunities. We're still hitting ceilings made out of glass, concrete, plexiglass, or whatever material they use in this year. We still hitting them.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're not getting economic mobility either at the rate we should.
No.
The wage gap is still a very prominent issue in America. It's still gapping. Home ownership is still a maze. What are we doing? And generational wealth feels like a rumor. That's a fact.
For a lot of us. We're passing on generational, what's the word I want to use? Generational bills. Generational poverty. Yeah. We're not getting fair treatment in healthcare. Come on, Black women. We are still fighting to be believed. our pain is dismissed because we can tolerate more pain apparently than your average bear. Outcomes are still unequal.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Serena Williams is a great example of that. Read about her childbirth.
We're also not getting authentic representation, man. Not every time, not in every room. We're not always at the table, and sometimes the table wobbly, the ones we at. And we're definitely not getting emotional ease.
No.
We still got a code switch. Still sometimes the token, only one. Still carrying the weight of being the spokesperson for 40 million people. I'm not the voice of everybody.
No. We're just the voice of, she's her own
I got
voice.
my voice.
I am my own voice. And with our voices, we are expressing how these inequalities still exist. So when you ask, what do Black Americans deserve? The answer is really simple. Everything this country promised and everything we've already earned.
And when we ask, what are we not getting? The answer is too much of anything.
We're not getting too much of nothing. But this conversation is not about despair. It's about clarity. Because once you name the gap, you can start closing it. And baby, we in the business of closing gaps.
Yes, indeed. So the thing for me, I think there's a big gap when it comes to the idea of deserving something.
Yeah.
And deserving versus expectation.
Okay.
So I think when a person is deserving, they feel like they have a moral.
Like it's their right.
It's their right. Yeah.
I
It's
deserve.
my moral right.
Like Tank said.
To deserve this opportunity, to deserve these benefits, to deserve this, whatever it may be.
Boy.
So the difference comes in with expectations because sometimes it feels wrong.
Yeah.
It feels too political. It feels too
It's
forbidden.
so much of a fight.
Yes. So I think with deserving, we feel daring.
Bureaucracy, red tape, paperwork out the yin yang. You got to give a blood sample, a hair sample, your firstborn, just to get a house. You got to sacrifice your firstborn. I'm not ready.
Don't do it.
I'm not ready. I'm not selling out like that. We have to do something. There are things happening in different parts of the world that we may or may not be aware of that are directly impacting us. Did y'all know Carnival Cruise Line is getting ready to start cruising to Africa in 27? Y'all better not get on them boats. That's how this shit started.
I don't deserve that PTSD at all.
No, I'm not getting on no boat. I don't know.
I don't know why I immediately
It's very uncomfortable.
my chest got tight
Exactly.
when I thought about me being on the ship on the way to Africa.
Like how that's gonna go.
What's gonna happen?
What I'm gonna do when I get over there.
Are they reverse engineering slavery?
Huh.
Allegedly. All right.
Okay.
So you gotta stick to these conclusions.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Back to the point.
Yeah. So culturally, there's two schools of thought when it comes to this whole, feeling like you deserve something and how you approach situations where you try to get what you deserve if you're not getting what you deserve. There's always the person that's doing too much, that...
Maybe that's me.
And there's like this other divide, and there's the people that resist, that kind of keep us boxed in these like mindsets that it's not okay to ask, it's not okay to seize opportunities, it's not okay to do anything.
And someone may be wondering, what does all this have to do with Thought Castles? Well, we're gonna have a show totally dedicated to explaining why we went with the name that we went with and what our overall goal is for this program. This is just the beginning. We're starting out, so we're pre-recording the shows, but we still welcome your engagement. Shout out to Johnny Hadnot. He had some very good questions last week, so it opened up a dialogue, and we were able to chat about it. I enjoyed that. I asked more people to do that. Also want to shout out a frequent flyer, my homegirl Katrina Salver. This girl been rocking with me since the daily rants, and she's still rocking. Thank you, Katrina, for your faithfulness. And anybody else that I'm not aware of, if I don't call your name, please don't feel slighted. We just want to make sure we express our appreciation. We want to give you your flowers while you can smell them.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you. But yeah, just keep in mind that when you are faced with the decision, or you are faced with that, moral conflict or internal conflict of getting what you deserve, or having expectations in these corporate circles, or from your country, from your politicians, from anybody. There should never be that quiet guilt, because if we go back to civil rights and things, that movement and that legislation legitimized our voices. It gave us the platform to dare ask, to dare to dream beyond the parameters that were set at that time. So when it comes to what do black people deserve, we deserve
everything
the
we
permission,
listed.
The permission to expect things from people.
No,
to
not
hold
the
people
permission.
accountable.
We don't need permission.
We deserve permission. Like, I think it's like a quiet thing of, oh, we can't. That ain't for people like me. That ain't for us. That's for them. All that mindset, that passivity, is why we miss out on opportunities, and it pours into another mindset that keeps us confined to
a certain level,
our background.
You're absolutely
we kind of
right.
plateau if we are always intimidated by, whatever we think when it comes to going after what we deserve.
Amen. So that was a good point.
Yeah. So I think that's the big focal point for me. Like, as
How
a woman,
are you going to bridge the gap between your rights and your expectations? How are you going to bring those two things together? How can we as a people begin to express the fact that we demand our rights and we expect them?
I expect them in every situation.
Every situation. I'll give you a small example, like when we're pulled over. Everybody's seen Cops, the First 48 or something like that, where they, replicate these stops and all this stuff. There's such a vast difference when you see a black man get pulled over versus a Caucasian man. The Caucasian has the right to express how inconvenient this stop is for him. What the fuck you pull me over for? A black man better sit there.
It's already rehearsed
and put his hands on the steering wheel where they can be seen, speak when spoken to.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
This is why. Because what black people have been expected to do we have been conditioned to always expect and feel like we deserve consequences. We are trained to expect consequences, punishment. We look at the figureheads of the movement I just mentioned. We look at the figureheads of all the people that went through a lot of things when racism was so prevalent. And we see that we see where they were shot down, and it feels forbidden. Like, my expectations don't need to go past a certain point. It just feels forbidden.
Because if you push too hard, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Or now, if they don't physically kill you, they'll kill your credibility, kill your character, to stop you from speaking. We're almost out of time, but I want to bring up a real life example of something that is occurring in Louisiana. I won't say what city and state, but it's happening in my
state.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't say what city. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. State, Louisiana. There is a black city councilwoman who took on a big power company. I won't say their names either. But they were price gouging her constituents who are elderly and kind of poor people. She stood up to them. did all types of investigating and found where these people were erroneously charging the poor people, and these people were struggling. So the company had to issue credits and she gave this corporation a black eye. Well, guess what? She is now being persecuted in Louisiana by this company and the law.
Because she dared to have expectations.
Because she dared to demand that her rights and the rights of her constituents be respected.
And that's where that's where my point. So that's the point I'm trying to make. That when we are daring enough to say, "Hey, I don't deserve this. I deserve this," we are often met with the same consequence. So when we say, that's why I say permission, because it does not feel like, no matter what is written down in whatever documents, that it ever actually pertained to us, number one.
Well,
and then there's always an example, or they're always going to make an example out of anybody that goes after what they think they deserve.
That's right.
Like a right for us is like if they feel like it.
Wow. Well, listen, we are out of time. This conversation can go on a little bit longer because it's such a hot button topic for us. Because I have to be honest with y'all. I'm tired. I can't keep putting up with it. I don't want to be a second-class citizen anymore. Not subtly, not on the cool, on the sleek.
So you can get rid of the DEI. You can get rid of the policy.
Take the whole
reframe.
14th Amendment. Take it.
Do whatever you got to do.
Because it was, come on, did y'all ever abide by it?
Do whatever you got to do with your policies and everything. No matter what, we're never going to stop feeling like we deserve equality.
And I'm not going to stop demanding to have what I deserve. And you shouldn't either. This has been another week with Thought Castles with your hosts, Connie Rao and the Diamond Poet D.
Hey.
Thank you guys for your support. We're not trying to stir up trouble. We're trying to encourage people to demand their human rights. If we're nothing else, we are human and deserve to be treated that way. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.